Have you ever worked with clients where you enjoy everything about the project? You will realize that high-paying clients don't stress you like those you want to help or got low for. Today we are going to talk about the red flags from clients from hell and how to avoid them. But before that, please like this post, share it and subscribe to this channel. This will help me create more videos like this. If you have worked in the creative industry for an extended period of time, chances are that you have met a lot of clients with different attitudes and behaviors. This video is not to say all clients are bad or clients don't have a say regarding their projects, but the reality is that some clients are not easy to manage, probably give the hell vibe to designers. When a client comes to you, they have the intention to help you grow your business, but most of the time it is lack of communication and lack of a well-structured process and not being able to say no at the right time. That's from the angle of the designer, are the things that cause seeing the other side of clients. Personally, I have worked with a lot of amazing clients and we have worked together again and again for years, but I can still tell you we have bad ones. It's not only clients from hell. Some designers also are designers from hell too, which frustrate their clients. If you don't want a client from hell, don't also be a designer from hell too. It's vice versa. I think I should create a video about designers from hell too. Now let us get the ball rolling. The first red flag is when there's no clear leadership structure or authority voice. Who is in charge here? Is it you or your wife? When clients don't have a clear leadership structure, there will always be a problem with such projects. Brand identity is a project of talking and discussing with the leadership team. The brand strategy aspect especially requires deliberate decisions and workshops and meetings. To avoid this, make sure you invite the person who makes the final decision or a representative to your meeting or workshop. If no, then you can run. The second red flag is when they don't know the value of your service or they do not appreciate the value of your service. The ones who don't understand the value of your work and don't care to make research on the importance of that service to their business. They make statements like, why are you charging us so much for just a brand identity design? We don't need it. It's not important after all. To avoid this, try to explain why they need it and show them examples of big brands that have invested in such services. After discussion, if they are still adamant, then you can run. The third red flag is when there is no clear or there is unrealistic descriptions. You will hear words like, we know exactly what we want. When we see it, we know. Just design anything. Or when they say something like, we want sleek, modern vintage design, make it bold and minimal with a little bit of color. You can also make it black and white. When you hear something like that, my friend, you need to be alert. To avoid this, tell them to start with a brand strategy section, especially in a brand identity design, or for them to give you a clear brand proposition you can work with. If you don't have this, then you can run. The next red flag is when you hear it's a simple job or you notice anything like do-it-yourself attempt. If the work is that simple, why didn't you do it yourself? Brand design is never simple. It's not a simple work. You will spend several days on brainstorming and creating creative design direction for the client. So it's not a simple task. For you to avoid such situation, let them know the process involved, the time, the duration, and the numbers of creatives who will be working with you on the project. This will make them to appreciate the value of the service you are rendering. Another red flag we will look into is the to-know experts. They are the one who watch YouTube tutorials and suddenly they are design gurus. They say things like, I think you should move the text 2 pixels to the left. Trust me, you can move it to the right. They give you unnecessary direction. Or have you visited a doctor before and the patient tells the doctor that this drug will not work, let's try this drug. What will you do? Trust their level of expertise. Most clients think brand design is all about them because they own it. No, you are targeting an audience that is new to your brand. Hire a professional and trust their knowledge in building a reputable brand identity for you. To avoid such cases, let them know you appreciate their advice, but it might bounce back on their brand. Show them what their competitors are doing in the industry to let them see what the right things look like. The next red flag is when they think payment is exposure and connection. Working for free is not a bad idea, especially if you are just starting. But you need to be very careful because some client takes advantage of newbies by promising them unrealistic exposure. Always remember your landlord does not accept exposure as rent, or can you buy food with exposure? If you can't work for free, then run. The next red flag you should look for is the unrealistic deadlines. I need it yesterday but I can send it tomorrow. A full brand identity project takes weeks, even more to complete. To avoid this scenario, simply tell them why that time framework won't work and the necessity of them to give you enough time, or rather pay for extremely fast service which will help you to hire more designers to the team. Lastly, the red flag when the client have no time to collaborate is very bad. Brand identity design is a game of collaboration between the client and the designers. Client need to create time for collaboration regarding the decision making and meetings to make the work easier and faster for the designer. It is important to avoid clients from hell because working on those projects will affect you emotionally, reduce your self-worth and confidence, and negatively influence your future work and image. If you find this video valuable, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. This will help me to create more videos like this. See you in the next video.